Excuse me for my voice and the way I'm speaking, but it's like 3 a.m. I'm super tired, but I still wanted to make this video just because I probably wouldn't be able to fall asleep if I wouldn't make this. It's been keeping me awake for like the last couple of days, and I literally just like wanted to share this out there because I would feel like I'm a fake ass person if I wouldn't just like drop a video about this, and I would just like lie to everyone that I'm doing good and stuff like this, you know. So I generally just like hit a point in my business where I do feel stuck. The same basically happened with my physique. The same happened with like my income, as I said. The same happened with like the amount of followers I have. The same happened with basically just like anything in my life. Like life pretty much just like didn't move anywhere. I just like never really saw any progress since like the last 2 months. And I noticed that like a month ago, because I always like didn't see any progress. I check and see if I hit my weekly goals. I check and see if I hit my daily inputs. This is basically what I do. So I always like can see if I'm stuck or not, generally. And it's even kind of easy to say if you're stuck or not based on the way how you see your income, right? Based on the way how you see your physique. It's like if you see that something's not moving, you can generally just like see it. And this is what I saw with my life basically for like the last 2 months. So I never really moved anywhere. And I would say this video is not gonna be long. I just wanted to tell you like the main reason why all of this is happening to me, so you probably don't have to even like go through this. And keep in mind, like, one of the solutions for me to get out of the cycle of like being stuck and being in the same position, being lazy, you know, like because I was. One of the decisions that I made basically was to just like move out of my hometown. I have Airbnb booked for like the next 2 months. I already like pay the rent and stuff. Like that's something that I can afford basically. But I never like really want to stay stuck in the same position, no matter how good it is. So it's like it doesn't matter how much money I'm making. It doesn't really matter how much progress I'm making. It doesn't really matter how my physique looks, how good I look. It doesn't really matter how I'm doing in life. I just like never really wanna stay stuck. But it's like I feel like my life is only there just to fucking like upgrade, and that's what my life was all about. Like my whole life was just like all about upgrading and improving myself, improving every single aspect of my life. My life is basically just like all about upgrading myself and improving who I am every single day when I wake up. It's all I do. It's all I focus on. I don't do many other things. And like when I'm stuck in the same point for 2 months, when I'm in the same position for literally 2 months, it just makes me go crazy. And as I said, I wasn't sleeping a lot lately. I realized this like a month ago when I was just like going through every single thing. When I was going through my goals I wanted to hit, when I was tracking, when I was watching my inputs, yeah, and the outputs as well, basically. I generally just like became so worried for a while since like the last week. I got so many limiting beliefs. Like I couldn't even count it in my own hands. I always felt like I knew what I'm doing until this point, right? Because like I, out of nowhere, just got out of like the next moves for a while. I never felt like I'm gonna ever run out of like the next move, you know? Like usually when you have like a bottleneck or a thing that's standing in your way, you usually like have a move. And I'm in a spot where everything that I've tried like never really worked. Like I tried many things. It's like I've done stuff that I never did in my life, and it still didn't work. I was generally like trying out everything possible in order to just like break through. It never worked. So as I said, I was getting a little bit anxious. I lost a lot of sleep. I was losing my mind generally. I ran out of solutions. I ran out of like the next steps. I just like stopped scaling so fast generally, as I always was, and I was stuck in the same spot. My whole life stayed stuck in the same spot for like 2 months, basically, and it's generally like still counting, right? But I now believe I actually like found a way. And it was just like a simple as realization. It was something that I've never realized, something that I've never like had in my life. So I generally just like found myself being so lazy, but I didn't even realize. That's the thing. So I've been watching a lot of content, and you know how it goes. Like you generally just like watch a ton of content, and then you have just so much shit in your head. It's like there's so many free information on the internet, but it all depends on what you like really take and the way how you go about it. And I've been watching so much content, I just like got this analysis paralysis where I've just learned so much stuff, and it like kind of just like built my ego. It made me think. It made me think that I don't need to do as many I don't need to work as many hours anymore. I don't need to put in the work. I can start doing things like so much easier. I can just start doing less and still like move more, which like, well, it doesn't really make sense, right? So I started to be a little bit lazier because I also kind of felt just like burned out, right? I was like doing this for like 2 years, and like no matter what results you get, you're probably like gonna get to this point. Trust me, like generally, days where I never even worked and I didn't realize. And it's like, you might ask, like, what do you mean by that? But it's like, I was just like respecting myself, having days where I didn't work, where I never put the work in. And I was on a holiday, by the way, like that's okay. I feel like it's okay to just like take a day off on a holiday, even though it's like taking like a week off would be too much, right? That's true. But like taking a day off on a holiday, that's okay. So I had like 2 days off on holiday, which is like all right, yeah, like that's okay. But like then when I went home from the holiday, when I just like got home, I feel like I had like 2 or 3 days where I pretty much like didn't put in the work, where I maybe worked for like an hour or 2 hours that day. Like this has been happening too often for me since like the last 2 months, because I thought I had it all. I thought I had it all figured out just by like feeling like I know so much just from like watching free content, just from watching so much stuff on YouTube, for example, because that's where I educate myself, right? Before I started recording this, I was on a walk just to find a way how I'm gonna go about this now, to like finally actually like move past and break through and scale, right? And what I figured out is like I already have an Airbnb booked. I'm gonna move out of my hometown. That's one thing. That's like that's just gonna make you fucking work. That's the first thing. Second thing is to just stop fucking being lazy. I'm generally like gonna stop being lazy. I'm generally just like gonna put my head down. The same way how I was always doing this before. I can do even more. So I don't believe like there are any limits to this shit, right? And the last thing is to just like never like get too egoistic to the point where it would just like stunt your growth, where it would just like get in the way. Like I love having an ego, but it's like sometimes it's just enough, bro. Sometimes it's just like it can get into the way. It can ruin a lot of things in your life. It can fuck up your emotions, even though it's like having an ego feels like so good at certain times, but like when you use it in a bad way, when you use it against you, it's gonna fucking hurt you at the end of the day. I never felt worse than how I've been feeling lately, since like the last week. And it's not just because, oh, like this guy just like fucking stopped scaling and he's depressed out of nowhere. It's not even like the thing. It's just when you get so easily attached, everything's gonna just like trigger you, and like everything that I've experienced in like the last week just made me angry, and it made me fucking be toxic to anyone. Like it made me lay in my bed most of the day. It made me even lazier. It's like when you get so easily attached, like it's eventually everything's gonna just like get worse and worse. You're gonna start feeling more and more emotions, the bad emotions obviously. You're gonna get angry so easily. You're gonna get fucking like rage baited. So the fact is, I didn't really feel bad because I stopped seeing growth. It is because like I stopped seeing growth, Then I just like got triggered, and then I just like kept continuing. Then I just kept getting angrier and angrier. Then I just kept getting more and more attached to anything. I just started feeling more and more, generally, and I just started doing something with me, and I just like had enough. Generally, it's like I had to figure it out. Otherwise, my hair would probably turn gray, and I would look 50 when I would be like 25. And I don't want to age so fast, genuinely. I just knew I had to figure this out. I went on that walk. It felt like it was the smartest decision I could ever make, just because the fact how it can calm me down. And when I'm on a walk, I just like don't overthink a lot. I just think about the right things. I just think about the right stuff. I think about the next move, and I can actually like think clearly, no matter how late it is. Like it's late currently, as I said. I was on a walk when it was like 2 a.m. But it's probably because you're on fresh air, right? You can think easily. You just have energy out of nowhere generally, and you just can think. And that's what I generally just like used to find a way. Life is generally so simple, and simple doesn't mean easy. If it would be easy, anyone could do it. There are many people that just fuck up the simple things, simple tasks, simple decisions. It's just so simple to start scaling again. It's so simple to start making more money again. It's so simple to get even more jacked and shredded. It's so simple to actually just like keep growing. But the whole thing is, I was just so easy. I thought that I had this all figured out. I got too comfortable generally. I got too comfortable because, like, when I was watching a lot of content, I actually felt like I'm one of these people that post, right? And what I mean by this is just like, you see a person on social media, right? Like having all these things, like making this amount of money, and like you see everyone just like making multiple 5 figures per month with like their online business, and I just felt like one of them. So I was like, dude, like everyone just like hypes these people up. Like I'm one of them. I'm all good, right? It's like that was never the point of why I'm even doing this. If I would just want to stay in this position and just like get comfortable and stop doing more, then I would just stay there and I would be completely okay. I would feel really, really good. Well, I'm just in this position for the rest of my life. This was never the point of why I'm there in the first place. Like it was always just to keep moving, no matter where I am, because I'm not as attached to the income. And it just shows that I lost my own vision when I was like watching these videos, and can show you how bad short form content really is. It can just like fuck up your life in a way that you wouldn't even expect. Like you wouldn't expect me to just like get too comfortable after watching people on social media being in a good spot, being like hyped in comments by like brokeies generally. But yeah, then I started feeling like the main guy, started feeling like I have all of that hype. It might be the truth, like I have all these things. I make the money that most people want to make. But like that's not the point. That's like not my point generally. Like even if I would be making like $1 million per month, there's still no reason to stop. There's still no reason to get comfortable. There's still no reason to work less hours. Like till I'm gonna retire, I'm never gonna like stop working less hours. I'm never gonna just like have a huge change with my schedule because I'm young. I'm 19 years old. I just turned 19. I can still put in so many hours because I'm fucking young. And it's like I can genuinely, if I had to be real, I could genuinely like retire in my 20s, like 24, even like 22, 23, 24, 25, maybe in 21. Like what the fuck do you know? So it's like the more I put in right now, the more I can get out, right? It's all about time. The more I can put in until I'm gonna be like 21, the better I'm gonna be. That's super obvious. But I can be at a point where I'm gonna be making like, as I said, like $1 million per month. You know, retiring. It's like you never know what could be the truth. Unless you're gonna actually just like do your best, put in the work, like do what you're supposed to do. In general, like out of the state, out of the version of yourself that you wanna be. You just like put in the work out of the version of you that's making like $1 million per month, and then you work that way till you're eventually like at that point. Like you don't really know when you are gonna get there. That's the exact thing. It's like there's no certainty in the business. There's never a clear path. Like you never know. You're never ready. You never know. There's no certainty. There's nothing guaranteed. So you don't know if you're gonna retire at 21 or 31 or 41 or 51. And if I would go by this pace, if I would go as slow as I was going the last 2 months, I would probably retire at do like 41. I wouldn't do any better. But if I'm gonna fucking get better, if I'm gonna fucking put in the work, if I'm gonna start moving as someone who's already making like multiple 6 figures a month, who's already making any amount of money I want, because I know I can connect with like anyone. All the versions of myself are already there. Like the homeless version of myself, that's already there. The millionaire version of myself, that's already there. The billionaire version of myself, that's already there. And I know I can connect with any version. It just requires this amount of effort. Like it generally like obviously requires less effort to act like the homeless version of myself than the billionaire version of myself. And all of these versions are there already. It's just about me doing the exact inputs of the version I want to connect with. So as I said, based on the way how I've been moving, I would probably stay stuck for another year, for another 2 years, until I would eventually realize, like today, I would probably retire at 41, even though I want to retire in my 20s. So it all depends on like what you really do. Like the future, like the world is yours, and I finally understood it when I realized that it all depends on you. Nothing is random. Everything is always deserved. Everything always comes from you. But I'm gonna fucking just like bite through it. I'm just gonna fucking keep moving. Do even more. Do even better. Do better moves. Work with more leverage. Work more intentionally. Do more shit every single day. And yeah, I'll eventually scale. I'll definitely make a video. But once I'm gonna just like hit a record month, once I'm gonna push through a certain thing, once I'm gonna just generally scale in anything, no matter what it is. So, dude, it's like 3:30 a.m. and I still finish this video. Hopefully I'm not gonna have to cut this a lot. Hopefully I'm not gonna have to edit this. If there are any editors, hit me up, bro. I don't wanna edit my own videos anymore. That's some low level shit.